Hey everybody, it's Dave Andrew with Little Things from the Dashboard. Yeah. There's a saying that goes, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Pretty true, right? And that saying came from the Marine Corps, where they would say, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. So I want you to think of this in a lot more ways than just that one statement. And one of the things is, today in this society and in the way everything is going, it is so easy for an individual to get ahead and move forward with their profession or with whatever goals it is they may have. Because there are so many people, a vast majority of people, and you probably work with a whole bunch of them, that don't really care. They don't try hard. They don't want to get ahead. All they want to do is come in, get that little paycheck, and go home. And see, with the saying, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die, you can put that into a lot of different circumstances. Everybody wants to be successful, but nobody wants to work their ass off for it. Everybody wants to just hand it to them. Everybody just wants everything given to them. Maybe if I go on a social media and ask people for money, they'll give it to me. Maybe if I do a GoFundMe, and I'm not saying anything against GoFundMe, please don't take it that way. But everybody knows there are people out there that scam every great thing. And I think GoFundMe is a phenomenal organization. So don't take anything negative like that. But everybody knows there's scammers out there that are going to find a way to scam that, right? Everybody wants to be successful, but nobody wants to work their ass off for it when it really comes down to it. Everybody wants a nice house or a nice car, but they don't want to put in the work it takes to make that happen. Everybody wants this perfect relationship. They want the girl of their dream or the guy of the dream or a partner of their dream, whatever it might be. But they're not willing to give 100% into that relationship. They want all the good parts of the relationship, but they're not willing to stand tall through the struggles of it. And that's the problem with our society today, see? People are not willing to take the beating to get to where they need to be. And I say beating because, man, life ain't easy. Nobody ever said life was going to be easy. And if they did, they're lying. Run away from them very quickly because they're full of crap, okay? Life is not easy. Life was never meant to be easy. Life was meant to have to work your butt off to get what you want in life. You can ask any highly successful person, they're going to tell you the same doggone thing. They had to work sometimes day and night, day after day, without sleeping to get to where they are today. But everybody wants what they see all of these people that are multimillionaires having, but they are not willing to put in the time to educate themselves. They're not willing to put in the time to learn how to do a profession to the best of their ability. They're not willing to go after that dream without excuses. Well, I'm too old. I'm too young. I don't have the money. I don't have this. I don't have that. There's always excuses. And when you come up with an excuse for every doggone thing there is, what you are is you're lazy. You have no drive in your life. And all you want to do is sit back and maybe play some video games and hope that the world brings you all of the great things. Well, that's not how it works, man. And I'm bringing this out here tonight because I see so much of this going on all the time. And I'm sure any of you can look around your workplace or look around your community and see it all over the place. from all of our politicians to all of the people that run different organizations to anything that takes place in your community, there's always those few people that are out there just busting their ass, man. They're giving it everything they got. But you don't hear them talking about it. You don't hear them boasting about all the work they've done to get to where they are. See, I call them the silent avengers. They sit back and they listen and they watch everything that's going on around them. And then they silently, when everybody else is sleeping, or when everybody is out partying, or when they're out on the weekend, sitting at the beach getting that beautiful suntan, or out fishing, or out hunting, or whatever, when they're all out doing that, these silent avengers are getting down and they're grinding to make things happen. But you don't know that because it's behind all the walls that nobody sees. And then all of a sudden one day, boom, the Apple phone is created, or IBM is created, or Microsoft is created, or Macintosh, or whatever it might be. But they worked behind the scenes. And they built everything they had to without bragging about it or boasting about it or telling the whole world about it. While they watched everybody around them being lazy. I don't know what's going on with society today. I don't know what happened. What happened to the real men in this society? What happened to the real men in this country? To get up and do what they need to do to support their families, to support their community, to support their churches, to support whatever it is in their life. What happened to the real men in this country? They aren't living by, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. See, most of the men in society today are sitting and waiting for the easy way. They're waiting for the easy route. They're waiting for somebody to give them a handout and not a hand up. See, everybody needs a hand up once in a while, but a handout is never good. A handout helps nobody. A hand up will change lives. Everybody wants all the great things in life, but nobody's willing to put out the work to make it happen. Look how many people give up on marriages. Something happens, they all of a sudden, they just throw in the towel and give up on it. How many parents give up on their children? How many people give up on their job? How many people give up on their dreams? What the hell is going on in this society today? Everybody wants greatness, but nobody is willing to get down and dirty and bust their ass to make it happen anymore. It's so easy to get ahead nowadays because we're surrounded with a lot of lazy people, man. So if you get out there and you work your ass off and you give it everything you have, I guarantee you, you're going to be at the top of the mountain while everybody else is just looking up at you. But remember this, when you get to the top of the mountain, that's just the bottom of the next mountain to climb. Everybody wants to go to heaven, man. Nobody wants to die. This is Dave Andrew with Little Things from the Dashboard. God bless, work hard, and do everything you have to get ahead. Take care.